BUCS is back, and it's bigger than ever.
We've got a man in the corner, and it's caught!
Can he hold them off? The roof will be raised in Breaststroke.
Like an enemy in the night, mission impossible for two.
Both teams hungry, desperate to win that title.
Glasses of milk for everyone all around afterwards, I think, and you should be milking every moment, and that's what we're going to introduce. Milk Every Moment, a new campaign to help students understand the benefit of milk on their sporting performance, an affordable, natural, versatile and widely available choice after exercise. Milk provides a whole host of nutrients, vitamins and minerals to help fuel your workouts, a great option if you are on a budget.
What's your favourite recipe to make using milk?
Mac and cheese. I was going to go with strawberry milk. Pancakes.
Yeah. Nice.
With that in mind, let's talk about milk, and BUCS being proud to promote the Milk Every Moment campaign.
Milk provides high quality protein which helps support muscle growth and repair, and B vitamins to assist with energy release. A glass of milk is great for refueling and repairing those tired muscles after a physical match.
A very good afternoon, a warm welcome back to Ponds Forge. It is day 3 of this, the BUCS Short Course Swimming Championships 2024, part of the BUCS Swimming Series. And we stand and await the afternoon session, the penultimate session of this superb weekend of action in the Steel City. I'm Jonathan Bell. I'll be talking you through the action over the course of the next hour or two, where the swimming will come thick and fast, and really you won't have much time to take it all in, because the events that we have are the 100 IM, the men's 50 free, we'll then have the 200 breast, the 50 back, and then the 4x50 medley relays. All male action in the South Pool this afternoon. If you want to see the women in action in the North Pool, then do make sure you go on the BUCS YouTube channel and look for the appropriate stream, with you and Dunlop, who will be guiding you through all the thrills and spills of that one. But welcome aboard here, and do make sure you're getting in touch with all your well wishes and good luck messages, where you're watching from and who you're looking forward to seeing. Already Tony's been in touch, wishing luck to Amy, and Ali looking forward to the afternoon session as well. So just the 2 swimmers going in this first heat of 10 in the men's 100 IM. We did already have 4 heats in this event earlier today. They were the fastest 4 heats on paper, as swimmers, particularly towards the back end of these events, look to qualify for the A final, where the fastest 10 swimmers will fight it out for medals, and then the B final, where the next 10 will do battle for pride more than anything. James Inglis then of Brooks Uni getting things off to a fine start. 109.77 is down on his entry time. Ethan Banks touching in for Leicester. Just the 2 of them to get us started with. But the next 8 contenders ready for Heat 2 now. Sure, plenty of you will have been keeping up with the action over the course of the weekend so far. Feels a long time now since we kicked things off on Friday on day one. But lots happened since, plenty of medals given out, loads of PBs, a lot of fun, and some BUCS records have tumbled along the way as well. Including 2 in the finals yesterday, Charlie Hutchison of Loughborough and Holly McNeil of Stirling. Fred Colbert on day one managing to break the women's 200 free BUCS record as well. And we'll see if there's any further to come later today. Well, Cam Brooker wasting no time of Bath in lane 6. Not often we've seen him in the early heats for any events this weekend, so his entry time massively skewing the reality, in which he's got a time of 54.25, and really he should not be in those early heats, because that time there is actually the second fastest we've had in the event so far, just behind Matthew Ward, his Bath teammate. But nevertheless, Liam Smith, Thomas Porter, Daniel Lenton, all managing to get times that are down on their entries. Well, just looking at the time Cam Brooker's got there, 54.25 would have been a new BUCS record, but that time earlier from Matthew Ward has already gone underneath it, so complete oversight really there, that already on day 3 we've had that BUCS record. It's been confirmed now though, and Matthew Ward of Bath with the BUCS record in the men's 100 IM. Archie Goodburn had had it for little more than 12 months. And Cam Brooker would have got it had he gone a couple of hundredths of a second quicker. And, well, the interesting thing there is that they will be swimming again later. Heat 3, and again, a bit of an outlier, this time in lane 3. Matthew Batchelor of Exeter was the one that will clearly dominate this one, 102.54, fine swim for him. Rest of them slightly slower than what they entered, with Jeremy Sumner's leading the rest of the contenders home. Denizen Gonolugu is making up the fastest 3. Heat 4 here, James Page of Southampton's in lane 0, Aaron Wharton of Northumbria in lane 1, Benjamin Chalmers of Reading in 2, teammate Jamie Young is in 3, Manchester's Caden Sillar is in lane 4, from Salford in 5 is Oliver Gillett, 6 from UCL Preston van der Vos, Kevin Chen represents Imperial and goes in 7, from Plymouth in 8 is Lucas Tompkins, and in 9 from York is Michael Connery. Strong in the centre in lane 4. Caden Silla of Manchester, 104.4 was his entry time. He's going to be just over 60 seconds here. 101.67. Lucas Tompkins and Benjamin Chalmers with barely anything to split them, but Tompkins just ahead. Kevin Chen in 4th position. Plenty of a buzz around Ponds Forge on this Sunday afternoon, that feeling where there aren't loads of events left to go now, but the stakes still just as high, and it's those final few opportunities to really make an impression in this famous pool. Heat 5, lane 0 from Wolverhampton is Cameron Badams. Matthias Popseel is from Durham in 1. Henry Moore from St Andrews goes in lane 2. In 3 from Manchester is Tom Garner. Lane 4 from Strathclyde, Callum Slagter. 5 from Heriot Watts is Ryan Broadley. Lane 6 from Sheffield, Gregor Batley. Georgios Manolopoulos of Imperial is in lane 7. In 8 from Lancaster is Apo Kapatos. And in 9 from Leeds, Beckett, Ben Shelton. Well, shout out for Leeds Beckett. Met 1 or 2 of their swimmers during the interval, and they told me they're putting in a good shift this weekend. They deserve some credit, and absolutely they do, because not only are they doing really well in the pool, they are mega loud in the spectator gallery as well, and quite a few of them with some sort of drawings on them, some makeshift Leeds Beckett inspired tattoos over the course of the day to show their support for their swimmers. And it was Ben Shelton going for them there in Heat 5, but in Heat 6 it will be Daniel Kendall in lane 0. Rest of the pool has Jack Porter in it from Lancaster in lane 1, Nick Bother of Southampton in 2, Durham's Thomas Power in lane 3, Zach Westhead goes in lane 4, he is from Sheffield. In lane 5 from Sheffield Hallam is George Berwick, 6 from East Anglia Jack Bernard, 7 is Keel's Sean McKenny. Lane 8 from Sheffield Hallam is Kyle Durand, and Finley McNicholas of Salford is in lane 9. This is Heat 6, and in lane 8 it's Kyle Durand halfway through for Sheffield Hallam, who has made a good start going on to the breaststroke leg. The eagle-eyed amongst you will see there is no lane 4, so it's a pretty split pool. And Kyle Durand of Sheffield Hallam is the one taking everyone else to task. And no one's got an answer, so can he get under 60 seconds? Yes, no. 60.04. It was mighty close. It did look like, with the purposeful nature of that back 25, that he might just squeeze it in there, but it wasn't enough. But still a super swim from Kyle Durand of Sheffield Hallam. Heat 7 is here. Gus Verkade of Manchester is in lane 0. In 1 from Oxford, Harry Manship. Summer Marhofer of Imperial is in 2. Tom Ward represents Brooks Uni in 3. Yekai Yang is UCL's rider in 4. Lane 5 from Warwick is Ashley Coles. Atticus Strickland of Durham is in lane 6. In 7 from Rob Gordon is Jake Gibson. Keegan Clough from Bournemouth is in 8, and in 9, Cardiff Mets Robin Carnegie. Halfway through, Yekai Yang is the only one to get under 28 seconds on the split. In fact, quite a way in front. He certainly seems to favour those opening 2 strokes. If you're tuning in for the men's 50-metre freestyle, it won't be long until we're onto it, probably the next 5 minutes or so. And we have got loads of 50 freestyle heats for you, 29 in total. Heat 7 of this men's 100 IM sees Yekai Yang get the first touch to the wall. Three more heats to go. That lead trio in the middle there, pretty forceful. Finley Williams in lane 3, Louis Nguyen in 4, and Louis Dove in 5. Great noise as well as they start. You've got St Andrews, Naoki Martin in lane 0, Johnny Milner from Manchester's in 1, Sam Rose from East Anglia in 2. Then there's the 3 from Leeds I mentioned who occupy the middle 3 lanes. Lane 6 from Sheffield Hallam is Sam Law Ching Young. In 7 from Cardiff, Archie Neal. Oxford's Benham Cobb is in 8, and Sam Cornish represents Sheffield in lane number 9. And here he is on the near side. Look at that, Sam Cornish. Really healthy opening 3 quarters of his race as he's on his final 25-metre stretch now. He will have no idea about that competition on the far side from Johnny Milner and Sam Rose, but it need not matter because he blew them all the way in the end. Great outside swim from Sam Cornish, 57.99. Johnny Milner and Sam Rose join Louis Dove, sub 60. That's the kind of heat that any coach would like to see. Plenty of swimmers punching above their ability. Well, certainly what they've previously demonstrated in qualification and in other meets. But this is where it matters. Heat 9 has Liverpool's Jamie Chan lining up in 0. In 1 from Imperial is Louis Chiron. In lane 2 from Strathclyde is Josh Arbuckle. In 3 from Bath, Harry Morgan Hughes. No lane 4 here. Lane 5 from Nottingham is Tyler Toombs. Jonathan Dye represents Oxford in lane 6. In 7 from Leeds is Jay Cushion. In 8 from Glasgow, Ewan MacDonald. And in 9 from Brunel is Hayden Houle. Well, there's been so much swimming to enjoy this weekend, and still so much more to savour. This event really hotting up. We already knew from some of the swims we saw earlier from the likes of Max Litchfield and Matthew Ward, Evan Jones as well, that later on would be good. Harry Morgan Hughes getting under 60 seconds, Tyler Toombs as well. Will that form continue in this 10th heat, the last heat of the day, before it's established who's in the A final and in the B final for the men's 100-metre individual medley? If you're just joining us, welcome to Ponds Forge, the live stream for the BUCS Short Course Swimming Championships 2024. It's one of the parts of the BUCS Swimming Series, the trilogy that includes the short course, the long course and the team championships. And you'll be glad you joined us because there's some excellent swimming on display in what is a lightning quick session here, the penultimate session of the weekend. This is day 3. And this is where the last set of medals can be won later on today. Lane 0 from Stirling is Callum Melville. In 1 from Strathclyde, Michael Flynn. In 2 from Aberdeen is Mattis Medley. No lane 3. Lane 4 from Warwick is Hong Sem Zachary Lim. 5 from Stirling is Logan Ward. 6 from Sheffield, Barnaby Howarth Osborne. Manchester Met's James Escolm is in 7. McKinley Horton of Lancaster in lane 8, and in 9 from Aberdeen is Jack Mitchell. Look at that on the far side, Callum Melville, 56.55. That might be enough for a B final spot, maybe even an A. Maybe even an A. A second behind him is Barnaby Howarth Osborne. James Escolm completing the fastest trio in the final heat. Some really good men's 100 IMs there. Now here's a bunch of men's 50 freestyles for you to get your teeth stuck into. 29 in all, and they will come and go in a flash. Joanne's supporting Glasgow, and makes no secret that it's Ewan McDonald in particular that she's backing. Connor back to support Louis Ryan. Bit of gobbledygook in the chat as well, but generally speaking, it's support for Louis Ryan, it seems, and that is very much what we had this time yesterday, if you remember. Right, Andres Szczesny, Benjamin Simonton and Sam Downey in the pool here. Sam Downey's already got a BUCS record in the S8 para classification. We might have to keep an eye out on the record books once again here, but it won't be enough this time around. 31.45 for Sam Downey. Nor is it enough for Andres Szczesny as well. Some really quick para BUCS records that we have. Okay, here's 9 more swimmers taken to the pool. Daniel Wild in lane 0 from Salford. Taylor Wilson in lane 1 from Aberystwyth. Callum Smith in 2 is from Hull. Amir Ipechki is from Kent in 3. Timon Strzelecki of Aston in 4. Finley Roberts from Reading in 5. Jake Cowan from Heriot Watt in 6. William Tyne from Liverpool John Moores in 7. And Hu Lei of Reading in 8. And what you tend to get as well in the quicker events is a load more heats and a load more competitors that we might not have seen so far this weekend. So a big warm welcome to those and any of their loved ones that are watching on in support of them. For some, it may be their first ever dip in the pool at a BUCS Championships event. So best of luck to them. Hughley of Reading in lane 8, the quickest out of the traps in the first half of the race. Biting back in the centre, Timon Strzelecki and Finley Roberts. But Hughley finishing as he started as the main man in that heat, 26.88, much better than the rest of the pool. Commendable display from him. Might put him pretty high up the standings, even at this early stage. Great thing about the YouTube live stream, of course, means that you can watch any of the week's events back at any time. Let's see if any of these in Heat 3 will want to watch this back. Pretty even. Lane 1 looks good, Finn Griffith. And yes, he's done it, the Kent swimmer, 28.76. Darren Paredes Flores on 28.83. He's an S10 para swimmer from Surrey. He's the second to touch in. I think that was John Enright of Bradford in third. Heat 4 from Sheffield, Jude Richardson goes in 0. Lane 1 from Southampton is Victor Gladic. In 2 from Lincoln is Oliver Wilde. Jonathan Horton of Kings is in 3. Thomas Howie, he represents Liverpool John Moores and is in lane 4 alongside Royal Hull's Arman Amatia. 6 from Leicester is Tom Bayman. 7 from Reading, Ollie Jones. 8 from Dundee is Carl Taylor. And 9 from UCLan is Kieran Pratt. Jonathan Horton looking good in lane 3. Pretty obviously clear of everybody else. Great swim on the near side by Kieran Pratt. That's not gone unnoticed. Jonathan Horton on 26.08. Comfortably trumps his entry time, significantly in fact. Very impressive from him. Heat 5 next. Told you we'd get through these quick. These swimmers have come into this event smacking the 28 mark. Can they go quicker? Can they go quicker? Halfway point, who's leading this one? Looks like lane 4, Declan Nielsen of Leeds. He's in the green cap and he's swinging his arms through the water, tearing it all the way to the wall, head down, 25.8. That is a big improvement. And that sends a bit of a message to everyone else because it's by far the best we've seen out of these heats so far. Obviously not comparing it to what we had earlier in our fastest heats because that was something else. We were getting times there of 22.05, I think was the quickest we had, courtesy of Maddox Roberts of Loughborough. But nevertheless, not too shabby at all in Heat 5. Let's see what Heat 6 has in store. The withdrawal in lane 1, not untypical on a final day. Jack Chen in 0, Louis Ryan in 2, Rafael Santana in 3, Benjamin Chalmers in 4, Thomas Dean in 5, Robert Perrault in 6, Roman Wiereczki in 7, Peter Strong in 8, Will Su in 9, and there's 3 of them level at it, and Louis Ryan is up alongside Benjamin Chalmers and Thomas Dean, and it's Benjamin Chalmers that edges it by 1/10 of a second. Louis Ryan very close there. Thomas Dean in the thick of the conversation as well. Plenty of eyes glued to the screen for that race, and it was well worth the wait. Really tight. Good competitive heat. Heat 7 here now. Leeds Beckett back in the pool. Mostafa Issa. Loads of noise coming from that Leeds lot. Elsewhere in the pool, Austin Everett in 0. Sean Lee in 1, Ryan Wheeler in 2, Ahmed Syed goes in 3, Kieran Lennox, he might be one to watch out for in lane 4, Chung Him Lee in 5, Finn Richards in 6, we mentioned Mustafa in 7 with Jonty Manners-Bell in 8, Jack Lynch in lane 9, and goodness me, Kieran Lennox, he is taking it by storm. This is a frightening pace that he's going at here. Look at that. Wow. 23.07, by far and away one of the best times that we've seen so far today. Just looking back to earlier on, and he's up there with the likes of Lucas Brown, Maddox Roberts, Alex Cahoon. Could be enough for an A final, that. Be stunned if it's not in the top 20. Well done, Kieran Lennox. Not the first time he's been in one of the earlier heats this weekend, and the Aberdeen man has shown he is deserving of being amongst the best at this BUCS Short Course Swimming Championship event. Well, Kieran Lennox has left some damage in lane 4 because the next lane 4 swimmer didn't want to go, but the rest of them are in there and they're giving it a good account. Lane 5, Simon Bird of Chester, he's flying towards the top and will get 26.47 ahead of Morgan Smith. Sam Popham right in amongst it as well. Next swim has Cian Deligan in 0, Cameron Lackey in 1, Jeremy Summers in 2, Thomas Mann in 3, Callum Agnew in lane 4. In lane 5, Christopher Justice, Finlay Goodsall in 6, Julian Lee in 7, Aidan Watson in 8, and Harry Edwards in lane 9. Callum Agnew trying to squeeze himself in front here. Julian Lee of Bristol's had a good start to this swim. A lot of these came in with entries suggesting 27. It's going to be well lower than that. Look at this, lane 6 and 7 in particular, Goodsall and Lee, and that's how it will finish, with Lee taking it at 24.84. Finlay Goodsall in second. Callum Agnew of Aberdeen, I know he's been getting plenty of support on the live stream, and he claims third fastest in that heat. And away we go. Look at that. Flying out. There's no farther sight than the splash of the water as it's torn at the hands and feet of these tremendous athletes, giving it everything that they have in the tank. Lane 7 and Toma Takiwa Smith, 25.58. He takes heat 10. Getting to the point now, midway through these heats, where one or two swimmers might just think, why not? Maybe you can get in the top 20, maybe you do have a chance at a B final. We've seen Kieran Lennox in lane 7 absolutely smash it, 23.07. Matt Kent's in lane 0, Thomas Johnson in lane 1, Rhys Jackson in lane 2, Josh Marchbank should I say in 3, Sachin Mahendra Kumar in 4, Ben Clayton in 5, Benjamin Hopkins in 6, George Way in 7, Ethan Sang in 8, and Owen Johnson in lane 9. Wow. Well, second, third and fourth there, split by 400ths of a second. Clear winner though was Ben Clayton of Sheffield. 25.44. Here are the lads on the blocks right now. Daniel Monk, Toby Fotheringham, Jake Roberts, Mako Babenko, Leon Callahan, Mitchell Rice, Harry Quinn, Louis Samuel, Sol Tong and Martin van Domselaar. Look at this on the near side. Martin van Domselaar of Cambridge. Clear winner, 25.19. Makaba Benko and Daniel Monk on the far side actually, so the outside lane is getting a good go of it there in heat 12. Lee wishes a good luck to Zach Wormsley. A lot of love for Louis Ryan and Callum Agnew, whose performances in these heats I'm sure will be spoken about for days to come. Big thanks to all of you for watching and getting in touch on the live stream. It's good crack, isn't it? Very much so. Heat 13, whose look will be in here? Andreas Stragopoulos in 0. Ewan McLeod in 1. You got Imam Mustafa in 2. Ruben Hopkin in 3. Samuel Morris in 4. Matt Broughton in 5. Callie Ann in 6. Matthew Appleby in 7. Joshua Dilly in 8. Harry Richardson completes the lineup in lane 9. Lane 5, Matt Broughton of Salford. He's won quite a few of his heats so far this weekend. And add the latest to it, 23.48. Now, questions will start to be asked about who will be in the top 20. And provisionally you would suggest Matt Broughton might be in with a shout. There's so many heats still to come that won't be easy, but he's done his job. Nothing is guaranteed. Lane 3 and Ruben Hopkin. Or should I say Alfie Maguire in heat 14 there, taking it. Really, really good stuff. Heat 15 next. So much energy in Ponds Forge on this Sunday afternoon. So much support for teammates, for friends, for family. And it certainly is transferring to some impressive performances out there in the middle. Latest one from Kai Weeks in lane 8. Bristol swimmer getting 24.81. Yvonne giving Dylan a shout out there. A time of 26.04 in that heat. Crunch time for these 10 in heat 16. Just a reminder that there are a total of 29 heats, so we're over the halfway point of this event. And then before you know it, we're on the home straight. 3 heats of the 200 breast. Then we've got the 50 back, which will take up 11 heats. And then we're on to the relays at the end of the session. So, blink and you'll miss this. Jay Cushion of Leeds is in lane 4. He's the man to beat. Brilliant. Right hand pushes into the wall and completes that stroke with a time of 24.66. .23.07 from Kieran Lennox. Still the best we've seen in this round of the heats. Of course, the fastest qualifiers we had earlier today already get into the pool, and Maddox Roberts boasting 22.05. So, you know, the benchmark really, you've got to be hitting 22s, 23s to get into the top 20. And on to the next. Goes from Ritchie, English, Wong, Hughes, Craig, Skinner, Orstick, Glass, Harness, Capitos. Capitos doing well on the near side. He's from Lancaster. Henry Hughes in lane 3. He's an S15 swimmer from Loughborough. But it's Liam Orstick who just sneaks it. 25.38. It's probably one of the closest heats we've had so far. Couple of para swimmers in this. Rio Rogers of East London is in lane 1. He's an S14 swimmer. Kieran Williams of Manchester Met, he's S10 and in lane 2. Miles Brooks dips under 25 seconds. That's enough for him. Ethan being wished well there. He got 26 on the dot. Salford swimmer in the centre. Let's go then with Heat 19. Looking at this pool, we have Charlie Tack in 0 from Exeter, Joseph Kenny in lane 1 from Worcester, Harrison Turner of Sheffield is in lane 2. Lane 3 from Kent is Ben Harris. In 4 from Leeds is Thomas Peel. 5 from Southampton, Murray Prowse. Andrew Venter from Strathclyde is in 6. In 7 from Leeds is Archie Tagg. In 8, Nottingham Trent's Jamie Parsons. And in lane 9 from Hull is Archie Barker. Turns out there is no lane 6. But nevertheless, here come the rest of them. Very close, not worth guessing. Ben Harris ultimately is the one that flags up on the scoreboard as the quickest to touch. 24.95, just hundredths of a second clear of Joseph Kenny. Alfie's been in touch to support Darian de Klerk of Portsmouth. The brothers are in heats 20 now, and then also Jared in heat 23. Well, Pompey will look to play up, but they'll be up against South Coast rivals Southampton, and they're pretty outnumbered in this heat with Kithmal Amara Singh in lane 4, James Scammell in 5, and Oliver Blight's on the near side in lane 9. Keep an eye on him. Also in the pool, Roman Wallace in 0, Alex Worth in 1, we mentioned De Klerk in 2, Channels 3, Amara Singh and Scammell, as I said before, in the centre for Southampton. Coulthard of Cardiff Med is in 6, Harry Goff from Durham is in 7, Alex Riceley is in 8, and then Oliver Blight trying to be the outside smoker in this one, but it looks like it's going to go more to form. And James Channels of Nottingham, 23.49, well done him. And we're going to see these kind of times between now and the end of the event. It all has to be towards 23 seconds if you're going to be back in this pool later on today, you'd feel. Plenty more where that came from. This is heat 21 of 29. Jake Rodway in 0, Miles Harding in 1, Connor Walsh in 2, Alex Chiriak in 3, Keane Hughes in 4, Lewis Turner in 5, Ryan Baldwin in 6, Andy Lunnis in 7, Jamie O'Connor in 8, and Archie Strauger in 9. Lewis Turner of Leeds turns the screw, 24.08. Pressure all around him there. Ryan Baldwin finishing in 3rd, Alex Chiriak in 2nd. .24 seconds the winning time. Plenty of anticipation for these 10 who are next in the pool. Platt, Manship, Bailey, Wiles, Horton, Hancock, Govuch, Kendall, Porter and Carnegie. Oh, this is close. Is it going to be lane 1 and Harry Manship of Oxford here? Or a squeeze in the centre? It could have been any of them. Harry Manship beats Ben Horton and Sam Wiles. Wojciech Govuch, not far at all. Got heat 23 now. A couple of East Anglia swimmers coming up that Luca's shouting out for. Zach Townend's in lane 0 of this heat. There's Owen Harding to come in the next one as well. Under the dual coaching and management of Leighton Berry and Charlie Brooker. And Luca says, surely they go low 24s. Well, whatever's about to happen, if Zach and Owen end up watching this back, they will be loathing themselves if they fail to do that. So let's see how this transpires. No pressure, Zach in lane 0. Looks like no pressure either. He's made a cracking start to that first half of the race, and it's pretty good on the outside, on the near side as well. So many options as to who might take this one. 24.01 for Ewan Beatty. Jared de Klerk in 2nd, so Portsmouth will be happy there, and I think Zach and his team will be as well. Just under 23, or 24.5 seconds, should I say. There's a tie for 4th in there as well. So much to try and keep on top of, but yeah, very good heat in that. 23. Long may it continue as we go into heat 24. Well, near side, and Sami Kadrawi of Nottingham making good inroads. Great competition on the far side between those three swimmers. Will Lamerle in third, Sami Kadrawi in second, but it's Harry Morgan Hughes with 24.08. Matt gives Jimmy and Dylan a shout out on the stream. Great support coming in today. Plenty of you watching on in interest, and great to have your company. It's been some great swims, and well, for many, the 53, the highlight event. So much excitement, and lots more to come. We're into the final 5 heats of the event now. Kelly, Poole, Looker, Willis, no lane 4, McLean, Kristen, Mead, Van der Helst, Arigoni. The margins as tight as ever as Max Looker gets that, 24.19. Are we starting to see times now dip under the 24-second mark? I wonder. Heat 26, we've got Drew, Rochelle, Suarez, Nicholas, Underwood, Abram, Ward, Barton, Curbison, Adams. Luke Suarez from Liverpool. There's a pun in that somewhere, but I'll save it for the end of the race, depending on how well he does. Turn at the halfway point, looks like it is coming from Luke Suarez in lane 2. Then a great turn in lane 5 sees Jack Abram in the second half of this swim have a real chance. He's in pole position to get 23.65. That's good. And that is a signal of the direction we are heading in the rest of this event, with Rochelle second, Suarez third. Ben Thorpe, Alex Bainbridge, Matthias Medilia, Jack Stretton, Zach Wormsley, Ryan Ferguson, Jonathan Mullett, Liam Rumble, Ewan Curry and Sam Akers. Really good start to the race. Who's got the best finish? It is a flat line here. You could draw a ruler across all of them. And it's Matthias Midlia who stretches out and gets 23.95. Five hundredths down on his entry. Penultimate heat. This will be worth the wait, because look who we've got here. We've got Green, Lee, Tabernacle, Fielder, Wolven, Rolliston, Meyer, McCarthy, Dade and Black. And away they go. Who can separate themselves from everybody else. It's great that all these swimmers have got very similar entry times, because they'll be pushing each other hammer and tongs all the way to the wall to get the best possible time they can. Can any of them squeak into the finals later? Ollie Dade with the best chance to do so with 23.4, but even that might not be enough. We will see. So many good times in this event so far. Final heat. Dakin, Jenkins, Tethy, Buxton, Meek, Nichols, Cox, Lowry, Reeve, Martin. In they go for the final dunk of this men's 50-metre freestyle heats. Best starts being made in lanes 2 and 8. Sachin Tethy of Sheffield Hallam in 2 and Dylan Reeve of Manchester in 8. They look on the naked eye to have been the ones at the halfway point to beat, but look at the bite back from Fraser Buxton in lane 3 of Bath. Dylan Reeve takes it. Great finish to that from him. Just 500 separating the top 3 there. So 23.51, fastest time in the final heat, but of course we had the 4 heats from earlier on today where we were seeing times of 22 and 23, and I think it'll be the likes of Maddox Roberts and Alex Cahoon, Calvin Fry of Loughborough. They'll be the ones to beat and look out for later on today. But what an event, so many taking part, so many who should be happy with how they got on. Well, we slow it down a bit now after that breathless event in this relentless schedule. It's the men's 200-metre breaststroke. Three heats in this part of the session. Earlier today there were 4 more heats. Which we saw some pretty good times in. Also in this event, swimming earlier, we had the likes of Greg Butler and Usain Cook, George Smith and Jonathan Rutter as well. In the pool here we have 5 swimmers. Lane 2 from Cambridge is William Stiles. Lane 3 from Warwick is Ashley Coles. 4 is Durham's Thomas Power. He's got George Lovelock's cap on as well, because they both swim for Durham. So he's in lane 5 is George Lovelock. In 6 is George Shapwell from Warwick. Now, most of these swimmers, the 4 of them that you can see are pretty much bunched together, they were separated on the entry times by just 2 seconds. Power getting 2:34.6, Satchwell 2:36.6. William Stiles is slower than the other 4, and this one so far going to form in that sense. But can he get close to his entry time of 2:49? We'll find out a little bit later on. Cambridge swimmer will no doubt be well supported here in Sheffield. The turn for home then, and it's the 2 on the outside. Lane 3 Ashley Coles and lane 6 George Satchwell, who look to make the turn home first in earnest, but they've been roped in here by Thomas Power in lane 4 of Durham. His teammate George Lovelock isn't really keeping up with that pace, and no one's keeping up with the pace of George Satchwell. 2:33.18. In fact, they all managed to improve on their entry time and were separated, the 4 of them, by 1.5 seconds. William Stiles, 100th of a second outside of his entry time. That will be agonising for him, but strong stuff nevertheless to keep going, to push himself towards one of his best ever times. Watching live action of the BUCS Short Course Swimming Championships 2024, part of the BUCS Swimming Series here. It's in Sheffield. This is Ponds Forge, and we're in the South Pool following the men's events. Into the thick of the men's 200-metre breaststroke heats. Heat 2 of 7. We've already had 4 heats, the latter 4 heats earlier today, so it's just heats 2 and 3 to go before we're on to the 50 backstroke, which will be the final individual event of this mid-afternoon session. Hannah says well done to George after wishing him good luck in that first heat. He did do well indeed. Mike wishing Tom Ward good luck earlier on today, and Francis giving her best wishes to Finn. A bit more spread out already in Heat 2, with Joe Burns of Bournemouth in lane 0, Ted Bailey of Sheffield Hallam in 1, William Davidson of Surrey in 2, Callum Aitchison of Aberdeen in 3, Joe Vickers from Southampton in 4, lane 5 from Oxford is Ellis Knowles, in 6 and representing Northumbria is Aaron Wharton, 7 from Durham Matthias Pospisil, in 8 from Oxford Benham Cobb, and in 9 from Kiel is Oliver Poulsen. Well, scattered like a pack of cards here that have just been chucked on the table and left to order themselves, with William Davidson 0.3 of a second ahead of Callum Aitchison. Those two just separated by the blue rope on the far side, outside of those central golden lanes. Callum Aitchison of Aberdeen got 2:30 on the dot to enter this event, and he sliced more than a second off of that here to claim victory in Heat 2 ahead of William Davidson and Matthias Pospisil, will get the top 3 fastest times in Heat 2.
In South Pool, it's Heat 3.
Last lot of men's 200-metre breaststrokers for now before we see the top 20 take part in the A and B finals later this afternoon at Ponds Forge. Do make sure you join us for that final session. Thomas Beach of Lancaster is in lane 0. In lane 1, in Cardiff, Joshua O'Brien. In lane 2, and getting lots of support from Melanie, is Callum Nurse of Manchester Met. In 3 from Oxford, Jacob Hudson. Lane 4 from Exeter, Luke Rowley. Jack Mitchell represents Aberdeen, and he's in lane 5 alongside Austin Williams of Edinburgh in 6. Another Scottish University representative in lane 7, with David Smythe of Dundee going there, alongside Lewis Dawson of Kings, and Cole Mason in lane 9 is from Oxford. nailing the halfway point first there is Austin Williams of Edinburgh in lane 6. The split time at 100 metres reads 1:07.39 ahead of Joshua O'Brien by almost 1.5 seconds there. Callum Nurse then in a tight pack with Hudson and Dawson. Riley Smith and Mitchell have some work to do to push on and get the best time in this heat. Austin Williams keeping going. Joshua O'Brien on that far side with plenty of water around him. But it's an easy victory for Austin Williams, or so we should think, in 50 metres time. Hopefully he didn't get ahead of himself there. So 50 metres to go, 1:44.82. The split time reading. Joshua O'Brien coming on strong there, isn't he? In this final turn now. There is a smidgen between them. Joshua O'Brien looks like he's ahead here for the first time and at the most crucial time. What will that time be? 2:23.14 is the answer. O'Brien and Williams well out ahead of everybody else and really pushing each other on there. That was terrific swimming. O'Brien in particular with almost 5 seconds off his entry. And Williams with a couple of seconds knocked off himself, so thoroughly impressive in that final heat of the men's 200 breaststroke. As the backstroke ledgers get wedged in, and the men's 50-metre backstroke event coming up now with a shed load of heats, 11 in total, after we had 4 earlier today. Quickest time being 24:03 from Oliver Morgan of Birmingham. Actually got us at one bit looking at whether the BUCS record might be broken. That might be one to save for later. That stands at 23:37. But yeah, if any of these swimmers here can get under 25 seconds, you just don't know what could happen. But that might be later on in the heats that we have that conversation. For now, certainly those who are taking to the water are eyeing up PBs and improvements on their entry times, and we wish them the best of luck in doing so. In this heat, Div Shah is in 3, Niall Perry in 4, Sam Popham in 5, Connor Skelly in 6. Sam Popham from margin with the white cap. Just ahead there of Aberystwyth's Niall Perry. 900ths of a second the answer in terms of their distance. Let's look at Heat 2 then. Alfie Marsh of Salford, Barlas Ozen of Kings, Henry Hughes from Loughborough, Toby Fotheringham from Lancaster, Jack Trousdale from Northumbria, Charlie Morris from Leicester, Matt Dowd of Kiel, Thomas Dean from York St John, Mustafa Issa from Leeds Beckett, and Will Sue from Kings. And away we go. Crikey, that was quite a start, wasn't it, on the near side from Will Sue. I don't know if you caught that, but he seemed to be underwater for an absolute age at the start of that one. Not served him too well. Lane 2, Henry Hughes, and lane 5, Charlie Morris. Ease up to the wall, and Hughes is 100th of a second better off than Morris. Plenty of improvements on the entry times there. Well, quite a long wait there for the swimmers for Heat 3 to get underway, but they are charged and ready to go now. Daniel Roberts of Southampton, Preston van der Vos of UCL, Luke Pemberton of Nottingham Trent, Leonardo Arigoni of St Andrews, Milos Papic of Northumbria, Andreas Stragiopoulos of Imperial, George Mowbray of Leeds, George White of Chichester, Nat Hopkins of Newcastle, and from Plymouth, Zachary Neville. George Mowbray of Leeds. Man, that looked far too comfortable. 28.6. Really good from him. Based on entry times, that would have been good enough to probably get him in Heat 7 of this event, let alone Heat 3. Start list there for heat number 4. From 0 to 9, we have a full pool of Owen Johnson, Ethan Billings, Kamitha Mudalij, Matt Kent, Kevin Chen, Adam Miller, Ben Shelton, Ben Harris, Adam Parvin, and Ewan Gray. Liking the look there of Ben Shelton of Leeds Beckett. Having a good weekend, 28.65. Good going indeed. Big improvement on the entry time for him, and those of a purple persuasion will be very happy that he's managed to cruise home the way he did.
Please come have a representative of Loughborough and Swansea to the BUCS desk, please. That's a representative of Loughborough and Swansea to the BUCS desk. The Northmore Heat 8.
Well, just a slight delay on the start blocks there on lane 6, which hopefully will be rectified very shortly, and then we can crack on with the remainder of the event with heat 5 just around the corner.
Northmore Heat 9. Focus and the North Pole to Macedon and South Pole as soon as possible. Let's go with the 7 now. We're giving up 50 Backstroke. It's up first turn in the lap one. I go that for 15. You can see that one over the outside lane. 8 lane now from Turin. It takes off lane 6 of Royal Devon. Let's go back to they want 3. Let's step it. They want 3 ahead of everything else.
I did 1.5.
Example, hit 5.
Yeah, I mean, I'm going to use it now. Yeah. I've got a power bank that has...
Well, there haven't been too many delays over the course of the weekend so far. Hopefully those few minutes there won't knock us back too far on the schedule, which has been impeccably kept to thus far at this BUCS Short Course Swimming Championships, and of course we owe that to our referees and technical officials, and our volunteers who, as ever, do such a thoroughly outstanding job. That was an outstanding job there in lane 9 on the near side. Southampton's Toma Takiwa Smith. 28.04. Well, that's a lot better than he may have expected he could achieve coming into this event based on his entry time. Very well played indeed. Start list for the next heat. Kings, Denizan Gunalogu is in 0. Ewan Beatty of Aberdeen is in 1. Keegan Clough of Bournemouth in 2. In 3 from Liverpool is Jamie Chan. Kyle Durand of Sheffield Hallam is in 4. Aaron McMahon from Glasgow in 5. Cameron Padams of Wolverhampton is in 6. Adam Stansfield from Northumbria in 7. York's Jake Platt in 8, and Jacob Topser from Bournemouth in 9. Or not, but all the other lanes occupied, and intent here on the fastest time possible. It's Ewan Beatty in lane 1, 27.51, who boasts the fastest time in heat number 6. Kyle Durand and Jamie Chan also up there as well. And after that minor delay earlier on, it looks like we're in good shape and flying through the remainder of the event now. In this one we have Adrian Ting in lane 0. Callum Mawson in 1, Ben Overland in 2, Toby Hill in 3, Logan Ward in 4, Joseph Kenny in 5, Gregor Bunny in 6, Noah Ragg in 7, Ryan Broadley in 8, and Clark Hopkinson. He's in lane 9. Dominant start in lane 3. That's Toby Hill of Manchester Met. Pretty unassailable, that advantage. Dips early, 26.93. Gregor Bunny second, Logan Moore third, and Toby Hill there should be delighted with that swim. One of the best we've seen in this part of the session so far. Three heats to go after this, so a real chance to make a marker for James Potts, Luke Ellis, Robbie Thompson, Thomas Saha, Benjamin Nutter, Adam Taylor, Ethan Randall, Adam Ryan, Robin Carnegie, and Cian Hughes. Fine start, big splash, and away they go. Some really nice swimming actually in lane 7 from Adam Ryan of Warwick. Benjamin Nutter, you fancy him as well. He went quite early there, Benjamin Nutter, and Adam Ryan nailed it. slaps the water, 27.61. To me, more of frustration than of delight there, despite being the best time in that heat, but I think he's done a pretty good job. A few thumbs up from spectator gallery on the near side, and job done. Of course, if swimmers do want to get in the top 20 of this event, they've got to be looking at under 26 seconds at the very least. You're getting between 24 and 25, you've got a very good chance of being back again later. But that is quick. Bear in mind the BUCS record is 23.37. Full pull from 0 to 9. Tom Ward, Benjamin van der Helst, Jack Rodway, Jack Goldfinch, Jeremy Willis, Ewan Curry, Timon Chapman, Jonathan Brooks, Giles Cunningham, Finn Bremner. Bremner does it, 27.17. Nice one on the outside lane there from the Glasgow swimmer. Timon Chapman and Jack Goldfinch completing the fastest three. In fact, the top 5 all getting under 28 seconds. Which is the standard they expect for themselves, but takes another level to go out there and deliver. Ethan Stewart, Daniel Adams, Max Luca, Matthew Mahoney, Alexander Brubaker, Matthew Money, Ethan G, Kenneth Swan, Matthew Tinkler and Kieran Burkitt. All in this one. Let's see how they end up. Bang, Matthew Money, 26.82. Bang on the money. Penultimate heat, he's done well. Sheffield Hallam swimmer, he will know this pool very well indeed. Will he be back in it again? It's going to be tough, but you just never know as we go into the final heat now. Heat number 11. And in this one will be Owen Williamson, Daniil Louv, Travis Davey, Harry Peat, James McLean, Callum Peebles, Laurie Seymour, Ollie Bradley, Chris Littleton and Louis Choron. Mike says, great swimming this weekend from Tom Ward. Watch them all from Dad. Well done, Dad, because I'm sure Tom was making sure that you would be doing all that, supporting him all the way you have done. And you've proven it by putting it in the comment section, so great support. And it's been a good weekend as well, hasn't it, for Tom? Should be happy with how he's done. Who's going to be proud at the end of this one then? Very even Stevens. You could make a case for Laurie Seymour here in lane 6, but purple cap on the far side looks good there. Daniel Louv, and he dips it at 26.28. Well, these times are going to be really interesting. Who is going to make the top 20 and get in the finals later. We will see, but for now that's the end of the individual races for the mid-afternoon session, and we will now embark on the chaos of the men's 4x50 medley relay event. There will be 5 heats, the first of them up now. And away they go. And the 6 teams that are in this are Liverpool John Moores in lane 2, Sheffield in lane 3, Nottingham Trent in lane 4, Leicester in lane 5, Plymouth in 6, UCLan in 7, and of course some of these teams will have more than one outfit going in this event, so plenty of jockeying for places over the course of these 5 heats. But not much time out there to showcase the best of your discipline, because these swimmers are in these relay teams because they are the best at the fly or the back or the breast or the free. And not only are you relying on yourself to be able to go out there and perform that, the rest of your teammates are as well. You don't want to let them down, and you do want to beat the competition in the pool. Sheffield at the halfway point. The team to beat in lane 3, Leicester, then Plymouth, followed behind UCLan and Liverpool John Moores as the Northwest struggle, but are ahead of Nottingham Trent nevertheless. Leicester now have flipped it quite sizably in their advantage as well. That was a really good third leg for them. Sheffield now with it all to do to bite back. Plymouth and UCLan are in a bit of a battle there, you can see on the near side. Plymouth just keeping them at bay slightly. Similar story at the front as well. Good response this from Sheffield, who started strong. They're ending well as well. Will they have enough pull left here to get it? Not quite. It was close. 1600ths favour Leicester. Sheffield second. Plymouth in third, and then UCLan just riding the wrong side of 2 minutes there, but nevertheless strong performance. They pushed Plymouth considerably all the way through that, and when you bear in mind there was a 3.5 gap between the 2 teams coming into this, it was a lot closer than perhaps people may have expected. Nottingham Trent and Liverpool John Moores completing that first heat. Off we go, and we have 10 teams chomping at the bit in Heat 2. They are Lancaster, Queen Mary, Kings, Heriot-Watt, Bangor, Lancaster, Southampton, Bournemouth, Northumbria, Chichester. Great variety of universities, which reflects really the eclectic mix that we've had over the course of the weekend. Mike's cheering on Cardiff. They'll be in Heats 3 and 4. And he makes a very nice comment there as well. Thank you very much, Mike. It's been a pleasure having your company and everyone else's over the course of the weekend on the live stream. Joining to watch the superb entertainment that we've had on offer. And you know what? There's plenty more to come. King's College and Bangor, the two clear leaders at that halfway mark. How long's that going to last? Look at the response we've got from Lancaster in lane 5 and also in lane 1. That's Queen Mary. They're not out of this. They are not out of this. In fact, they've superseded Bangor. And it's about 1.5 seconds separating the front 4. And still there's insurgents from the back that might affect things further. Final pursuit for home is between King's College in 2 and Lancaster in 5, and Lancaster have done it. 1/4 of a second, no more than that between them. Queen Mary in 3rd. York, Cardiff, UCL, Glasgow, Cambridge, Glasgow, St Andrews, Bristol, Newcastle, Cambridge. So 2 of the Cambridge teams in this, 2 of the Glasgow teams in this. Bristol have a couple of other teams running that we've already seen earlier today. Don't forget that the quicker heats, in fact there were 4 of them in total, took place earlier today. So the vast majority, if not all of these teams, might not be swimming again in this event. So it's now or never. Go out there, have some fun and see what performance you can put on and what time it may well achieve. And the noise levels have almost doubled here because you've got this relay happening in the South Pool, you've got the female relays happening in the North Pool. There's probably as many swimmers and coaches down on poolside right now as there are up in the spectator gallery. It is madness here. And it is currently going the way of Glasgow by a decent distance. They will be the ones who boast 2.5 seconds ahead of Cardiff and UCL and Cambridge. The top 4 all splitting under 60 seconds there in the first half of the relay. Good indicators for them, but they're going to have to really put the foot on the gas if they are to catch the Glasgow team, who are thundering through the fly leg. And that just came and went. So the freestyle is upon us. Glasgow looking the hot favourites. They entered this event with a time of 1:55. But as ever with the relay times, you've got to take them with a big pinch of salt. And Cardiff, UCL, Cambridge, wherever the rivals may well be, they were never going to get close to Glasgow. 1:45.29. UCL then Cambridge in next. St Andrews and Glasgow 2 finished 4th and 5th respectively. Then we have Cardiff Bristol, Cambridge, York and Newcastle. But that was dominant from start to finish from Glasgow, and I don't know if we're going to get a better time than that for the remainder of this session. We will see. There will be a swim off at the end of the session, we believe, as well. So there's the last two relays here now, and then we'll have a men's swim off for a place in an A final. Ending the day with a 50 free, and then of course the final session later, not to be missed on this third and final day in Sheffield. 3:30, do not miss it. In this fourth heat, it's Cardiff in 0, Brooks in 1, Imperial in 2, Edgehill 3, Newcastle 4, Nottingham Trent 5, Dundee 6, Marjon 7, Bournemouth 8, Southampton 9. Lane 0 charging up there, Cardiff. Goodness me, this is like a runaway train at the halfway point. Good changeover from Dundee, though. That'll give them a decent chance at clawing it back, and already making up some ground in lane 2 is Imperial. Portsmouth flying. Southampton, should I say, flying. Don't make that mistake. Southampton in lane 9, really good. But still Cardiff are the ones to beat. 50 metres to go. It's Cardiff from Dundee, from Southampton, from Bournemouth. Marjon and Imperial have barely anything splitting them. Edgehill and Nottingham Trent furiously batting away to try and make sure they're not left behind. But Cardiff are forgetting about everybody here. On the outside lane, absolutely trouncing it. And 1:45.5. It's not quite as quick as Glasgow in the previous heat, but it's still impressive. Then we get Dundee and Marjon. Marjon have fought back tremendously because Imperial, Bournemouth and Southampton were looking so good going into that final 50. But Marjon get the third fastest in that penultimate heat. Final relay race coming up now. Then we have the swim off. And they go, thudding into the water are Liverpool John Moores in 0, Plymouth in 1, Liverpool in 2, Sheffield Hallam in 3, Sheffield in 4, York in 5, Bath 6, Surrey 7, Warwick 8, Portsmouth 9. There's no Portsmouth, but the rest of them are going strong. Liverpool John Moores in lane 0, making the strong start on the backstroke. Surrey and York also close, and Liverpool not far behind that either. A tight pack going into the fly leg now. Sorry, the breast, as they keep up pretty tight, bobbing up and down in the water. Front 4 or 5 pretty closely packed. It's very spread though, not many rivals tied by the rope, apart from those central 2 lanes, which almost makes it more gripping when you've got Sheffield in 4 and York in 5. Barely separated at all. Surrey in between them. Liverpool, Warwick, Liverpool, John Moores and Sheffield Hallam all getting under sub 60 in that first half of the race. It's going to be a quick second half now. What will the fly muster? Who will it favour? Moving sharply in 7 are Surrey. They were second on the previous split. Have they eked in front of York here, I wonder? The answer's no, but there's not a great deal in it. Just 13/100ths of a second. As York, Surrey, Liverpool and Sheffield all now separate themselves from the rest of the pool, and seemingly it's for them to go out and try and get the fastest time in this final heat of this final relay race. Lane 2, Liverpool. Lane 5, York. Lane 7, Surrey. Surrey have done it. What a performance. What a race. York finished third. Liverpool have managed to get themselves in the top 3. Thoroughly wonderful swimming. Great racing all round. 1:46.09 probably won't be enough to challenge. In fact, that session there saw Glasgow get the best out of this lot, 1:45.29. But great entertainment, and all those involved should be thoroughly proud of their performance. We are moments away from a swim-off, and that's going to round off this mid-afternoon session. It's for a place in the men's 50-metre freestyle A final. It's between Frankie Docking-Smith in lane 4 from Swansea and Tom Exall of Loughborough in lane 5. Anything could happen on what has been a bonkers mid-afternoon session. I mean, you consider how many freestyle heats we had. I think there were 33 in total. There was every chance that it was going to be nail-bitingly close for who was going to make that final, and it's ultimately all down to who can get the 10th quickest time. I mean, Frankie Docking-Smith won in heat 31. Tom Exall won in heat 32. Exall on paper is half a second quicker, but it's all about who's the fastest in the pool now, and it's Frankie Docking-Smith who's made a cracking start there. He's put the pressure straight on Tom Exall to try and bite back, and Frankie Docking-Smith, he had that slender advantage on the first 25. He's just about holding on to it now. Tom Exall with a late bite back. Will it be too late though? Yes, it will. Frankie Docking-Smith has done it. 22.84. Tom Exall half a second slower really than perhaps he would have expected of himself, but all credit to Swansea's Frankie Docking-Smith, because he will be back later on tonight in the A final of the men's 50-metre freestyle. And we hope that you'll be joining us as well for that. What a session it was in the mid-afternoon here in Sheffield at Ponds Forge on this, the third and final day of the BUCS Short Course Swimming Championships 2024. We will be back for a set of cracking finals in the North Pool later on. Myself, Jonathan Bell, alongside you and Dublot. Don't go anywhere at 3:30 other than here on the live stream, because this is where it'll all be at on the final day of action, and we're going to go out with a bang. But we'll see you then at 3:30. For now, it's goodbye.
Glasses of milk for everyone all around afterwards, I think, and you should be milking every moment, and that's what we're going to introduce. Milk Every Moment, a new campaign to help students understand the benefit of milk on their sporting performance. An affordable, natural, versatile and widely available choice after exercise. Milk provides a whole host of nutrients, vitamins and minerals to help fuel your workouts. A great option if you are on a budget.
What's your favourite recipe to make using milk?
Mac and cheese. I was going to go with strawberry milk. Pancakes.
Yeah. Nice.
With that in mind, let's talk about milk and BUCS being proud to promote the Milk Every Moment campaign.
Milk provides high quality protein which helps support muscle growth and repair, and B vitamins to assist with energy release. A glass of milk is great for refueling and repairing those tired muscles after a physical match.